What is going on, guys? Crucible here, and today we are going to be doing something very differently. Today we are going to be watching every single Sparking Zero trailer that has released. And I wanted to kind of react back to when it the trailers first dropped and just see how the game has kind of evolved up until its final ending point with the most recent of trailers. I've done no content on Sparking Zero, and I'm semi-ashamed of that because I am so excited for this game. It may not seem like it, but I really am. And I do want to bring coverage of the game to the channel, but I mean, 3 weeks until the game comes out, so we kind of gotta go over the game. So no, we're gonna go over every trailer. We're gonna see how the game's evolved over the past year or so, and kind of go from there. We're gonna start with the oldest and kind of go from there. But this is the very first trailer. This was the announcement trailer. It says 9 months ago down below, but I feel like this was probably older. Or no, 9 months ago would have been December. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, we're going to start with this, and we're going to just go back in chronological order as to when things kind of released. So let's get into it. Oh, this was so iconic, wondering what this was when this came out. This looks so clean, too, back in the day. Yes. And I think for the most part, this aesthetic is still kind of sticked. Yeah, that was a really cool, reveal trailer. And everyone was kind of wondering, okay, well, Sparking Zero, this is Budokai, is it Budokai Tenkaichi? Is it not? Is it its own thing? And everybody had all these questions when it first came out. Everybody saw, where was it here? Can I pull it up here? Yeah, we got the initial reveals of some of the characters. Yamcha, Trunks, Perfect Cell. We had Hercule pop in. Majin Buu popped up. Super Trunks popped up, which was different. And then, everyone sort of freaking out when they saw, Bergamo and Jiren kind of popping up, too. This was really okay, we're gonna be covering everything. All right, yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, this is a very cool, opener to what would be a very long string of months in terms of what to expect in terms of content. All right, 2 months later, we got the Goku and Vegeta trailer and the initial roster of what it was going to look like in terms of all the characters we were going to get. And this is when we started kind of getting the first couple of, okay, we were is Goku early, mid, and late going to be in? How's this going to work? God, Great Ape looks really good. So clean, man. Yep. And then we got Goku and Vegeta end.
This is what I call Super Saiyan 3. You had better be ready to kill me. For you to know this, you must have wanted to settle the score real badly, huh, Vegeta?
Yeah.
So this is a Super Saiyan God's power.
God, that aura looks awesome. I can't. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. So clean. And we know that these animations got better over time. Like, a lot of people were questioning, like, so that was like, that was cool because we were like, that was cool because it was like, we saw the little bit at the end there and everyone was kind of questioning, like we saw Blue Kaioken pop up here. And we were like, oh, is Blue Kaioken going to be like a transformation in the game? Turns out it's not. It's not. It's like, it's like, I guess when you go max, when you get to max key, max charge, it's like a limit break in a way. But yeah, I remember a lot of people were questioning the Super Saiyan 3 look here for some reason. I don't remember. I thought this looked good at the time. It definitely looks better now than it does here, but like I didn't see anything wrong with this when this first came out. And then we saw what the final, what we thought was the total roster here, and we were like, wow, this is a lot of characters. I think it was like 168 or something like that. 168 characters or something. When I initially counted this up, but yeah, that was a cool showcase of like the Gokus and Vegetas, and we got like a bunch of Gokus and Vegetas. So yeah, that was a nice follow-up trailer. All right, then we had the Power and versus Speed trailer that came with like the gameplay showcase trailer, and we'll kind of break down some of the stuff that I'm excited to see with that. God, that model looks so great for Trunks. This for me was like when I first initially was like, okay, Super's finally in the game.
I'm old, yes, but experienced. Founder of the Turtle School, creator of the sacred technique.
Well then, let playtime begin.
Whether it's this universe
Berta! So like, Berta was my main in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, so...
means nothing when you're as quick as me.
Justice prevails. Evil erased. This rampaging monster must be taught a lesson.
Wow, was Topo really revealed that early on?
Together. I am not going to be left in the dust. Let's do it up. My enemies.
Oh, and then this was where I remember this. I saw this and I was like, oh, what if scenarios?
This up quickly. Don't think you can enter my crosshairs and just walk away. You cannot win.
Oh, and this looks so clean too.
Looks like we've awakened a real bona fide monster.
Scott. This was the trailer I think that really got me pumped for this game. Like I was already excited before, but then this trailer came out and I was like, ah, yes. Yeah, and that was around the same time that Sandland came out. I forgot about that. Yeah. And then coinciding with that Power versus Speed trailer, we also got our first like official look at like what gameplay kind of looked like. And this is early on, so I remember there was a lot of like nitpicking in terms of what people saw in this video. But I think a lot of the stuff that we see here did kind of a lot of the stuff that we did see in this particular gameplay footage has been kind of fixed and tuned up. So, but yeah. Animated intros, I like it.
I won't be losing this one, Vegeta.
I love that the mouths like actually like I love that they like actually like are dubbed correctly to like what's actually being said. So in the feeling of the combat is definitely like it feels like I think people were saying like it was like slower. People were saying that the combat felt slower than what it than it was in like Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I think that's intended because obviously the fights are a lot more animated. They're obviously when it comes to fighting and combat, it's a lot more fluid than what it was in BT 3. Oh, and you gotta love the battle damage too. The battle damage is really cool. Alright, so Vegeta's like supercharged. Going to blue.
Do you want to see what I'm capable of?
Oh, so clean. That's a lot of damage. For a rush attack? Oh, yeah, and then they got the beam deflections, which is really cool. Now, I think at the time, too, there was criticisms in terms of, like, the flying feels really slow, and then, it was the, like, the Kamehameha waves was very, like, airy, like, floaty. Or flowy, not floaty. I think it looks fine. I thought it was, like, more stylized than anything else. And the beam clashes. So I'm assuming that's like you have to like tap it, like you're like trying to tap it at like the highest point of the gauge.
Vegeta, let's go again. That okay with you?
Very well done, very well done. All right, then after that we got the Master and Apprentice trailer. And this one I don't think I was too hyped on, if I remember correctly, but I mean I was like at that point I was like craving for more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content.
I don't really like fighting very much.
Now let's start training. Maybe you'll be an actual challenge for me. Impressive.
Alrighty then. Today, I'll be in charge of your training. I'm not gonna go easy on you, Master Roshi.
And that was like the first time we saw, okay, Master Roshi has like two different looks, two different styles.
You surpassed me too quickly. What do you think? All my training led to this. I'll show you that I'm no pushover. Lightning surprise.
Okay, let's do this thing, shall we?
Oh, and then this is what? Oh, the Sonic Sway, dude!
Gohan, take this seriously.
Sonic Sway looks so good.
Serious mode.
My lord, might I suggest more training and fewer naps?
Alright, fine. I'll dance with you.
Oh my goodness, I wonder how that girl would feel.
Oh, and seeing Beerus like really got me pumped too. Beerus is probably one of my like most looked forward to characters.
Broke another toy.
Whoa.
Scrumptious.
Seriously, I want you to hit me as hard as you can, Trunks. I'll fight
Wait a minute, Future Gohan actually was this early in? I didn't. Okay.
Oh, chill out. No need to get so worked up.
Fall back, Trunks. Quickly.
That's my favorite time waster. Not what I was hoping for. Let's have a little fun.
Does human life have no value to you androids?
I completely forgot that future Gohan got like announced this early.
Whoever you are, I'm not letting you ruin what's left of our future.
God, he was one of my favorite characters in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 as well. And the Rouster really started like in that, like, it was after this trailer. I think it was after this trailer that like the trailers really just started to like drop, one after the other. Was really was really like starting to hammer on the idea that like, okay, maybe this was like coming out like sooner rather than later. All right, and then we had the Fused Warriors trailer, and this trailer, oh, this got me thinking of a lot of different things at once. I was excited.
Oh yeah? But I'm plenty strong already. You better not
And then the Return of the World Tournament stage, heck yeah.
so bring it on. I'm not gonna lose. Can I even win this fight? Yeah! Da 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 da! Ready for this? Here you go! Time to get serious! Yeah!
Nice.
So shut your mouth! Let's see who the strongest one really is!
I like how they got the ones with the cocky mouths to actually fight in this trailer.
Here goes!
I'm still curious to see how these combo attacks work. Like, do you have to have both the characters on your roster at the on your character list at the same time? We'll have to see.
Okay.
I don't care about copyright. It's I'm not monetizing the video, so
I can do it.
we're just gonna enjoy. Yeah, Go Tanks versus Potara versus Fusion Dance.
Ta-da! Rapid fire! Super! Super attack!
Oh yeah, my boy, Gogeta!
I refuse to lose to someone who transforms with such a dumb-looking pose. Your use of the Potara is but
Fused Zamasu looks great. Like,
behold my true power. Let's do this thing.
oh yeah. Oh man. I don't like this. Out of all of the great things that Sparking Zero is going to be bringing to the table, like this might be like my one and only like big nitpick, and it's that corrupted Zamasu looks. I mean, like, and like he looks fine. He looks so small in comparison to like what he. He looks so small in comparison to like what he normally like looks like. Like, look at that. Like in the anime, he was kind of like a hulking monstrosity, like a big like hulking beast. But in this, like he seems like he has like the same like standard like model type, and it's just like he's the arm's just bigger.
Crush those ambitions of yours. This is Vegeta Blue. Now, let's settle this once.
Oh, but all the fusion animations look amazing. They do.
Super Saiyan Blue Warriors. Now this should be entertaining. This fight will decide which one of us is the strongest.
Big Bang Kamehameha versus Final Kamehameha? Or are they both Final Kamehameha? Yeah, but then they announced they'd be at Games Fest. They announced more of the character roster. And that side of the board really started to fill up right on the left side here. But yeah, that was a really strong trailer. Yep, and then Summer Games Fest got revealed, and we got our official release date. And UI finally got announced too.
Blow you into a million pieces, just like I did that earlier.
You talking about grilling? Don't you dare!
Majin Vegeta got showcased. Got to finally see a bit of the story mode.
One way to save Earth. Goodbye, my friends. No matter what it takes, I'm
Yep, and then the what if scenarios got announced too.
what? Never forgive you for this. Now you will suffer my wrath. You are a prison boy. I will show you the true form of autonomous Ultra. It's my turn. Yes. Change everything then.
Oh, it's I can't wait, dude.
No way.
Yep, and we were like, everyone was freaking out because I remember there was a big conversation. There's a real big conversation that everyone was like, "Oh, this game's not coming out this year. It's not coming out in 2024. It's going to be a 2025 release, probably summertime. We're going to be waiting a little while for this game." And I was sitting there saying for the longest time, probably by maybe the third trailer, I was sitting there like. I'm like, no, I think this could be a 2024 game. And I remember seeing, I think it was like on Twitter or something. There was a post that someone made that that for Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which was the last installment for the Budokai Tenkaichi games, that they did the announcement trailer like months before it actually revealed, and then that game also released around the exact same time frame that like this game was going to release. And I think that was before this trailer. I think I saw that post before this, and that was what was making me think, like, as good as these models look, as good as fast as they're releasing content for it, I was like, there's no way it's coming 2025. Lo and behold, 3 weeks from now, almost 2 weeks, maybe a little bit less than 3 weeks, we're finally going to be able to play the game, which is very exciting. And then they started talking about, because this was part of the game mode showcase. That last trailer was part of the game mode showcase trailer. It was the first thing they showed, and then they started talking about like all the different modes that were going to be in the game. So like they started talking about story mode. You'd be taking the point of view of 8 different characters. We now know what those characters are towards the later trailers. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit. They start talking about like what if scenarios, for you be able to play as Goku, and you would be doing the Raditz fight all the way up to the Tournament of Power. So obviously Goku's was going to be probably like the longest part of the the campaign mode, the story mode. And now they're called episode battles. Then they were talking about custom battles, where this got a lot of people excited. Custom battles, like people were able to create their own like what if scenarios. They could make like their own battle stages against their own opponents. Almost like the Super Mario Maker of like a Dragon Ball fighting game. Was like you could make whatever scenario you wanted, whatever conditions you wanted, at the stage you wanted. There's like 5,000 recorded lines supposedly for this game mode, where you can 5,000 lines of recorded dialogue for this game mode to set up whatever scenarios you want, which is pretty neat. Yep, and then they were talking about local multiplayer battling, because everyone was questioning local multiplayer. Because I think at that time there was an announcement or a reveal, or like a leak or something, that it was strictly online only. And a lot of people were upset about that. And they took that in stride, supposedly. Let me see if I can find it here. I think so they were saying in this trailer here that it would be difficult to implement local split screen multiplayer while retaining the elements of like how flashy the attacks are, the amount of like transformations and destructive capability that a lot of the maps kind of have to offer. But they did, but however, because everyone was like asking for it, and they want as many people to play it, they did implement a split screen mode for local multiplayer. And they would relegate that to the time chamber, which I thought was a really smart way to do it. If all of those issues, if all of those games were, or all those maps and stuff, like did play a part in why local multiplayer was going to be a thing, the fact that they are utilizing this specific map for local play, I think is really, really cool. So hopefully this can be corrected in the future, or at the very least, the more maps will be kind of added for local multiplayer to like exist. But I guess we'll see. But it's still cool that they're at least able to kind of implement that in this particular regard. So this is a very cool trailer with a lot of really cool details about the game itself, and it only picks up from here. All right, Swords and Fists trailer. Okay, so I can't believe this was only 2 months ago that we got this trailer. Like it feels like we got this like a lot further back.
Vegeta, let's do this. I am Super Vegito.
Challenge accepted. Come at me.
And we finally officially get to see Jiren and what he can do.
Wow, that kind of stung.
No mercy. Justice is absolute.
Everybody is counting on me.
So, you're my opponent, huh? Here I come. Hacha!
You're gonna have to do better than that.
Nice.
Very good. I'll help you, Rosie.
Oh god, I was not excited for this character.
For my life.
I do not like Ribrianne at all.
After all this, you really think I'll surrender?
Man, why do I gotta do all this fight?
And I was like, yeah, Yajirobe! Supposedly he has his sensu bean skill. Supposedly he does. Which would be really cool. That was so broken in Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
To face me. Who do you think you are? You challenge world champion?
The world champ!
Now I'll finish you.
This one surprised me. I was like, Annie Laza? Of all of the super characters they incorporated, Annie Laza was one. I was like really surprised by this. But I guess we need giant form representation, so makes sense for him, right?
Something about this feels completely different. I think I'm slowly starting
And then we got UI Omen Goku. Or Sign. Yeah.
Defeat you. I shall achieve the very pinnacle of strength.
So clean, dude.
And now you will taste my blade. Not bad. Want to see if you can keep up? Bet you can't. Rejoice and praise be. Together, we shall achieve the very pinnacle of radiance. Let the wrath of a god sink in.
Oh, Scythe. Oh yeah. A lot of characters I was excited about in that one. And then we get the constant reminder that yeah, in a couple months it's coming. Yeah, Yajirobe was a fun one. I was happy to see that like a character like him was able to keep his like spot. And then yeah, like Annie Laza was like a very interesting reveal. I was like, wow, like I'm like, are we gonna see like everybody? And unfortunately, we don't really get to see everybody from Super. But like I said, I think the giant form representation was a little lacking, so they needed something for giant forms to kind of counteract. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, UI Goku Black, I'm very excited for. Goku Black is, if you watch any of my Fusion World content, like Goku Black's one of my favorite decks, and his animations are still clean to this day. So yeah, like just very cool trailer. And this was the point where like we were like halfway done with the roster, and we were sitting there questioning. We were questioning like, hey, we got got like 3 months to go until the game releases. We kind of need we kind of need to fill these spots. Are we gonna be able to announce everybody? But yeah, they started dropping the trailers like crazy. All right, and then it was like a month ago that these came out. Then we started getting all the different like arc characters that started coming out, and I think this was kind of like the low point of the excitement for a lot of people, me included. I was like, because we knew these characters were coming, we knew a lot of these sagas were going to be incorporated into the story mode, so it was like nothing too exciting, but it was a matter of just seeing like what the animations look like and stuff like that. So, but either way.
You should join this Kakarot. My name isn't Kakarot. It's Goku, got it?
Have no idea how out of your league you are.
You're going to die, fool. Piccolo, your attack! Do it now!
Special beam cannon!
Well then, let playtime begin.
Yep, Cyberman got introduced. I was like, oh man, there's gonna be some shenanigans. And then Chaozu is playable, so these trailers are more or less just like okay, like let's showcase who all will actually be in the in the game.
Body, don't fail me now. Vaporize you.
Challenging me? Don't you feel silly? Leave it to me.
Don't make me
And Kui, yep.
isn't real. My dog.
Simple tricks.
The dirty fireworks.
We shouldn't be breathing the same air. You met the beaut, but now I introduce you to the beast.
Yeah, but it was nice to see that Zarbon was getting his Super Zarbon transformation.
The Saiyans are a true warrior race.
Don't underestimate us! Yes! I love that line. I love that they kept that line from Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
You'll never defeat me with such paltry power. Even I can beat a monkey.
It's our turn now, Vegeta.
Raccoon! I love Raccoon.
Do your worst. But if you think this is going to be easy, then you're dead wrong.
With each transformation, I become
That animation is so clean. That is so clean, man.
Prepare yourself and behold the second transformation of the mighty Frieza.
I have no intention of allowing even a single Saiyan to live.
Okay, it's finally ready.
Is that all?
Oh, it ain't all. Nope. There was more. There was more. Oh, that voice acting sent chills up my arms, man.
Now I'm mad, Frieza.
You wanted me at my strongest, so here I am.
Men, you'll die in disgrace at the hands of your
Oh, man. Oh, man. And, you know, and big shout outs. Yeah, and it really started closing up in here. Big shout outs, by the way, to Damon Mills. Damon Mills is the guy who voices Frieza currently. He was kind of like a protege to Chris, who was the previous voice actor before he sadly passed away a couple years back. Damon Mills has been I don't know the position it is. It's a voice coordinator. He did the voice direction. He did the voice direction for this game. And that was like one of his jobs outside of voicing his character. He's done a fantastic job with a lot of the like line delivery in this game. So I feel like a lot of the enjoyment that people will get out of this game is the line delivery. And I think we can thank Damon Mills for supplying that, because just from that trailer alone, like a lot of that direction that was given, like it hits, it slaps. Fantastic job in that. Then we got the Android Saga stuff.
Attack when you're ready.
Just as planned.
A for effort, at least.
Oh, you gonna cry?
I happen to know that Goku isn't the only Super Saiyan. Matter of fact, you're looking at one.
And then King Cold was playable, which was really surprising. He's kind of got the super color, or the Broly movie palette on him.
I shall drain you of your energy. You're only a bug.
You are much stronger than expected, but still are not beyond.
I hate that voice. I hate. Oh no! He sounds like.
Try me. See what happens.
I'd hoped for better.
Okay.
It sounds like Mickey Mouse.
There's no escaping me.
I must hurry up and reach perfection.
Let us finish.
It's a very, very graphic scene.
You and I are almost equal in power.
Got it.
I will achieve my perfect form.
My power is significantly greater than before. Would you like me to show you?
You won't get away.
Super Vegeta.
Is that all?
Yeah.
For you to look down on me,
This is me being serious.
I'll rip you to pieces. Take this.
You're going to fight me first, Goku? I love it!
Oh, the instant transmission Kamehameha.
No regrets, boy.
I hate fighting.
I thought you said you were going to defeat me. All right, Cell Juniors, playtime's over. Do as Daddy says and kill them all.
Do his daddy says.
My last resort.
Oh boy.
You brought this on yourself, Cell.
Now, supposedly, they have recently reworked this model animation, or this model, or the transformation scene. Man, look how flowy the hair is, too. That is literally, like, just flowing back and forth. Oh, and then we got... I'm guessing that's a technique that he'll be able to use in the game.
There's only one way to save Earth. You did good today, Gohan. Made me proud. Tell your mom I'm sorry.
Man, are we gonna tear up playing the campaign?
You're not thinking of... Goodbye, my friends. I have done
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we're gonna tear up during the campaign.
time I ended this.
Forgive me, Dad. Earth is doomed, and it's all my fault.
Listen to me. I promise you can beat me. Just gotta believe in yourself, Gohan. Right now, you're the strongest person in the whole universe.
Woo, yeah. Yeah, man. Once again, board starts filling up quite a bit. Like that, like just a couple of trailers ago, like less than half of this was filled, and now we're like really like starting to like hammer home like who's all gonna be in the game.
Okay, let's get started.
All right, and then we got the 50-day trailer, 50 days away.
Something beyond my strength's limit.
We saw Bardock.
Get started on turning you into a Super Saiyan. You'll finish.
sorry to keep you waiting.
I'll start then.
Yep, ultimate go on.
Prepare yourself. No more going easy. Let's push it to the absolute limits of our power.
Nice.
Share your energy with me.
Oh yeah, by the way, we did get the Ultimate Edition of the game, so we will be playing this 3 days early. We'll be streaming it over on our Twitch channel, as well as here on YouTube. We're gonna be co-streaming it on both channels here. So you're more than welcome to come and join us for all the fun and the excitement. And there will be obviously be videos and stuff that go up on occasion as well, but figured I would also just put that out there. All right, and then we really start coming down to the wire. We're now in the Majin Buu saga reveal stuff.
Join me!
Is that all?
Idiots!
You know, it's pretty amazing. While I've been in Otherworld, I've done nothing but train. Goku!
I'm not whoever this Gohan is. I'm
The Great Saiyaman!
This is not over. I promise you that.
Oh, but he does transform, which is cool. And I mean, Pui Pui unfortunately is not playable, but he is getting some representation with the Babidi character, which is pretty cool.
Before your new master.
Vegeta, let's go. It'll be over soon enough when I kill you. I'll give you a fight.
Oh man, they gave him all the costumes.
You're going to pay for what you did to Kakarot's son.
Very animated animations for Boo. Ooh!
to you all, Trunks. And yes,
His face looked a little weird there, but I'm sure that'll be fixed by the final thing. It probably already has.
This is what I call super.
Oh yeah, that looks so much better than the first trailer we saw with it.
You annoying. Die. You annoying. We're gonna make you cookie.
You pissed me off!
fight you. I'm gonna
I hope they fix that too.
You can't win.
kill you.
We'll kill you.
I'd say my strategy was quite successful.
All right, okay, yeah, they.
Stealing other people's power.
I'm thinking it's just
Pulled out all
maybe just a placement.
your misguided effort to beat me.
Vegeta! Give it here! Thanks, Vegeta. All right!
Super Vegeta versus Buhan. Classic.
You're an incredible warrior, Boo. It was you against the universe. You nearly won. I hope you can come back once more. But good.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, so I had a little bit of grievance there too. Yeah, really filling in there. Yeah, I did have a grievance in terms of the presentation for Super Boo, or at least in his vocal presentation. I don't know if in his regular Super Boo form, if that voice is like what he's actually going to sound like, and he's meant to replicate the evil Boo voice to an extent. Because I mean, as he kind of absorbed all the characters, he kind of got smarter and smarter. He wasn't just like he wasn't kind of like a dumbed down beast that just a wall that you had to fight. So I'm glad that he, at least in his transform states, he has good voices, but we'll see what happens with his actual like Super Boo voice. But yeah, I mean, that was the end of the standard, like that was the end of the standard saga stuff. So coming down to the wire now. And then we got this surprise drop. A lot of people were kind of questioning like, hey, what about GT? What's going to happen with GT? And yeah, then we got this trailer, and yeah, I think everyone's pretty pleased that GT's got some representation then too.
My name isn't Kakarot. Now I'm mad. It was you against the universe. See ya.
Really though, my size has nothing to do with
Do do do. Dan dan kokoro hitare teku. Yeah, it could. So they're all here. Pan's here. Kid Goku's here. Giru gets some representation, which is cool.
That was close. I need to keep my head on the game. I'm gonna get left in the dust.
Finally, I have the perfect
Yep, baby Vegeta.
Fight between men, huh? That's what's going on. Let's keep fighting till one of us taps out. Die, scum!
I like how Goku's like very lighthearted about it.
Difference between the evolved tuple
Oh man, Super Baby getting some representation too.
molecule.
Nice.
Molecule. No, atom by atom, I will tear you apart and scatter your remains to the stars.
Yeah, Oob. Oob's cool.
With the power I gained from Boo, I will take you down.
Yeah.
right now. Sorry to tell you this, but there's too much
Sonic Sway, man. It looks so good.
I can taste your fear. It is very sweet. I can feel the
Golden 8, baby.
times 10.
And then we weren't done yet. Sin and Omega.
extinction. I stand above all other shadow dragons.
That transformation is clean too. Like they got a lot of the villain transformations down, like really good.
Behold, as I reduce all of reality to nothingness.
I won't let scum like you get away with this.
Also, it's kind of sad that like GT Vegeta is only in a Super Saiyan 4 and not like his base form or Super Saiyan form.
You mean there's still someone stronger than me?
But just, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Let's fuse, Kakarot. This is going to be special. I can feel it. Fusion. Victory is mine.
Yeah, Gogeta! I'm a big Gogeta stan, man. I love Gogeta. He's awesome.
You've reached the finale. You've resisted until the very
Ooh.
Let's go. Ultra Big Bang.
And then we also got the final Spirit Bomb too, which is really cool. Nice. And then there's two funny things that I got from this trailer when I saw it too. We were so close to being done at this point. I mean, this trailer came out like 10 days ago, so it wasn't even all that long ago. But there were two things that I noticed from this trailer. It was the fact that Omega is doing this technique, which is like a big thing. And a lot of people were talking about like, oh, we can recreate that famous Budokai Tenkaichi 2 meme where like Yamcha's going against Omega and he does the spirit ball against Omega's red ball of death. And we can just recreate that meme. So that was one. And then two, no Super 17. We went from the Baby Saga straight to Omega. Where's Super 17? Now, I mean, everyone that knows me from my live streams and my Dragon Ball content itself is that I am not a big fan of GT. There are things that I like in GT. I think GT's ending is like a fantastic way to like wrap it all up. Super Saiyan 4 is great. But like the one thing that they really fumbled with, and I talk about it all the time, is that Super 17 was not handled very well. So I don't know if like that's the reasoning as to why they didn't include Super 17. I don't know if they took like, I remember Super 17's like Gatling barrage attack in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was like one of the most annoying attacks in the game. Maybe they thought that was a little too hard, maybe a little too ridiculous to add into this game. I'm not sure what the reason is, but the fact that Super 17 is not here is really sad. I kind of wish that he was, but you know, it just is what it is, unfortunately. And then we got our last two trailers that dropped. We got our Super and Movies reveal.
Here I come. I will destroy you. I will defeat you. I'm not going to lose.
Not giving up.
Man, I can't believe Super ended like 6 years ago.
Deal? All right.
My goodness, you must be some kind of idiot to face me.
Here I am. I'm not done yet.
What do you say we continue this fight on equal footing? God to God.
I can't get no satisfaction.
Soon the world I've been dreaming of for so long will be made.
Oh man,
Forging a new world isn't for you to do. It's up to us humans.
this trailer got me so pumped, man. I'm excited now.
Seriously? I'll take you out.
The end for you.
On the pride of the Saiyans!
Well then, let's carry on, shall we?
I must be victorious.
God Topo's here.
Danger
And then the fun started happening. Then we got Kid Goku from Dragon Ball. But we weren't sure if that was Demon King Piccolo. I don't think Demon King Piccolo's in the game, sadly.
Whoa! Looks like there's lots of powerful opponents still out there. Kakarot! You wanna die?
And then we got original Z Broly. That's my favorite Broly transformation.
Don't know when to die.
With the one with the blue hair.
It's over now.
And then Second Coming. And then, man, we're done. Oh, we're not? And then we're getting all the movies. Cooler, so cool, man. Pun 1,000,000% intended.
Well, does my resurrection surprise you? You'll never conquer me.
Suppose I could run you over before I killed Goku.
Where's my trucker hat?
There's nothing you can do.
Don't lecture me with your $13 haircut. Goku died. Garlic Jr. looks great. The dead zone technique looks awesome. And then seeing Dr. Wheelo was surprising.
I feel like my old, young self again. I fear nothing now. Face me if you dare. Or I'll crush you.
Have you come for the fruit of the tree of might?
Turtles.
With the gift of my new power, I now have no equal.
I will dominate.
And then Bojack, which means Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan's gotta have like the orange outfit, right? As a costume. Harudagon.
Get back. Trunks, I'll take over. You will not spread your evil to this planet. Disappear!
Tapion's pretty cool.
I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am the one who will destroy you.
And then Z Gogeta's also really cool too. And then they're all here. That's the roster, everybody. We made it. After this long video, we finally got to the end. And that's our roster. Awesome. Plus, Daima Goku is our pre-order character, which is really neat. And then when this trailer dropped too, they also showcased like what all was going to be like incorporated into the game. Obviously, we were told about story mode. We could play as 8 different characters from their points of view. It's now been shown that it is now Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Future Trunks, Frieza, Goku Black, and Jiren. Frieza, Goku Black, and Jiren is actually a really interesting choice because it allows us to see like what happened in those moments with those characters from their perspective. Like Jiren in all of his battles in the Tournament of Power. We only got to see Jiren when he fought Goku and like Gang, right? We didn't really get to see if he fought anybody else during the tournament. So like it's a cool little what if idea scenario. Curious to see what a Goku Black what if will be. And what they could maybe do with Frieza. But like, I mean, this kind of makes sense, right? Playing from all these characters' perspectives. Yeah, and then they start talking about custom battles and how you can create cutscenes and conversations between characters and stuff within the the mode in the custom battle. And you can make special endings. You can change the positions, the poses, the expressions, the effects of everything. Here, the camera work, background music, the speaker, 5,000 base techs are available. And then you can change around like the conditions and stuff like that. Then they started talking about characters. So the actual roster is 182 characters, which is pretty crazy. And then what were they saying? Since and from the in order to implement stuff. In order to be okay, yeah. So that was kind of that. Then they talked about Daima Goku, as the pre-order character, which is cool. And then we got this, and the reason I'm recording it now is because this dropped, and I was like, okay, like this would be an interesting video to put on the channel, but this is how I know that they were marketing towards us here in America too, because like this is, you'll see.
You've been waiting for this moment.
Challenge accepted.
It's basically a Toonami commercial.
You're dealing with the proud prince of all Saiyans. I will defeat you this day.
Oh man, it's like it's so Toonami coded.
The time is now.
Yeah, that's so Toonami coded, man. Like it is insane. It is insane that like the marketing for this game has been fantastic. I really wish that like Shueisha and Toei would actually put more effort into like advertising like Daima and stuff like that better. Because like the marketing for this is great. Like the game marketing has been top notch every step of the way. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video, guys. It was a long one. We were here for about an hour, kind of going over every single trailer that has released for Sparking Zero. I'm very excited. Look forward to some of the Sparking Zero content we're going to be doing. We're going to be live streaming the standard grind in the game every single day. We're going to have some battles with friends and other content creators. And I'm hoping that at some point too, with the custom battles and stuff too, that you guys would be willing to share some of your custom made matches, and I will gladly take on the challenge of taking on your hardest matches, which would be really fun to do. So, but that's going to do it for this one, guys. Sorry for the long one, but definitely had to play some catch up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We just hit 200 subscribers. Do greatly appreciate the love and support as always. You guys are awesome. I will see you all though in the next video. Catch you then.